Hi yogis! Today is going to be a little different than normal. I teach so many power classes, these hour and 15-minute long power classes, that what I'd really like to bring to the blog is some practices that I don't usually get to incorporate into those, because there's a little more rules, a little more rigor that's attached to those, and here I have a little bit more freedom to play with some other yogi traditions that I don't necessarily get to incorporate into my classes at studios as much as I'd like. So today I want to talk a little bit about Shakti, which is this energy. It's a creative energy that is in the ancient Hindu tradition feminine, but it flows through all of us and supports all of our creative endeavors and is thought to be like the doorway into your soul. So there's basically 3 ways that you can access Shakti, and one of those is meditation. The other is Kundalini, which is this kind of psycho-spiritual thing where you take your consciousness from like I am, so the ego, into like a deeper level. Like you're living from a place of really deep inner consciousness instead of really from your brain. And then the other is union of the body, mind, and spirit, which is also known as yoga. So one of the best ways that I have found to kind of access Shakti and tap into it has been through practicing a similar sequence kind of over and over until I don't have to think anymore about where I'm going, and my body just kind of gets to go through these motions, through this movement, and it's not really about me and my poses anymore. It's just there's something flowing through me that I can feel that's carrying me through from one pose to another. And what's really cool about that is you get to get out of your brain, you get to get out of your like, where am I going, what am I doing brain, and your body's just moving, and you get to tune into these like really subtle energies and really subtle feelings that come up in your body as you're moving through your asana practice. So today, what I want to do is kind of take you through a couple round of Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B, and really break that down and let you know exactly what that is. And then I would encourage you to keep moving through the Sun Bs, just over and over and over, until it's not about what you're doing in the movement anymore, but you actually tune into like the energy running through your spine. Maybe there's a little heat somewhere, maybe there's like some tingling in your core, maybe there's something going on in your chest, and really hone in on what that energy is and how it feels in your body, and where there's any places that that energy might be stuck and not moving. And that kind of helps you tune into this Shakti energy, this creative energy. And one of the benefits of tuning into your Shakti is that it takes itself from whatever you're doing where you experience it. So whether you're in meditation or you're in your asana practice, and the more you become aware of it, the more you start to cultivate that and tap into that, it carries itself over into all these other creative endeavors in your life. So your interactions with people, what you're doing at work, maybe a creative project that you're working on, writing, journaling, anything. It's really awesome. So what I'm going to do is break down the Sun Salutation A and then Sun Salutation B. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a little bit of a meditation. And what I'd really like you to do with this, because I'm not going to lead you through Sun Bs over and over and over, because that would be really boring. But what I'd really like for you to do is maybe learn the Sun Bs, take yourself through it until it just is moving on its own, till something else is moving you, and then maybe come back and turn on the meditation part. So let's get started on your mat. Today I don't have a mat because because I left it in the car and it's very blustery outside and I didn't want to go get it. So I'm practicing on carpet. But in your Sun A, you're gonna start in downward facing dog. So place your hands down, the hips go high, drop your head, spread your collarbones apart, roll your triceps in towards your face as you press your chest back towards your thighs. Let your head go, shake it out. No tension in the neck. And then inhale as you hinge yourself forward into your plank position. Hold here. Drop the tailbone down in between the hip bones so that there's no swaying in the back, no arch in the back or lift in the hips, but you're fully straight in one straight line. Then you can come to knees and lower down and take your cobra, or hinge forward, lower down, halfway chaturanga, flip the toes, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. And inhale, look forward between your hands, exhale as you bend your knees, and then maybe you just walk forward on this first one. So your toes are together, or maybe your hips are hip-width distance apart. And then inhale, lift your heart so you're halfway lifted. Exhale, fold in. Again, you can have bent knees here. I like to have mine straight. And then inhale as you rise up all the way high, high mountain pose. Exhale, fold back in. And I think this is cutting me off as I rise high, but you should know how to do that. Just bring your hands up overhead. Inhale again, the halfway lift, shine the heart out. And then exhale, plant the hands, step back, opposite foot first. Hinge forward, lower down, take your version of a vinyasa here. Upward facing, exhale to downward facing dog. And that is basically your Sun A. So we're gonna do it one more time, just really smoothly here. Inhale to plank, exhale down, inhale up, exhale back. Inhale, look forward, exhale, bend your knees, maybe a hop. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, high mountain pose. Exhale, back down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, maybe a hop. Inhale up. Exhale back. One more time, Sun A. Inhale forward. Exhale lower. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, maybe a hop. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise high. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, maybe a hop to chaturanga. Inhale, up, shine the heart. Exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Then for the Sun Salutation B, it's a little bit different. You just add on a little bit more movement. So this time, look forward between your hands as you inhale, exhale, bend your knees. Maybe you take a step or a hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend your knees. Open up, chair pose. Tuck the hips, toes are together, knees are together, squeezing in. And no booties out. So you're going to tuck the tailbone under, sit back, shine up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, opposite foot. Lower down as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Bring it forward between your hands. Dial the back heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Take a breath here. The first one, take a little time to get into your body here. So Pull your left hip forward, your right hip back. Sink a little deeper into your right knee. Shine up. Breathe in. Exhale. Plant your hands. And you can step back to plank and take your vinyasa here. And I'll show you a variation for the transition on this side if you need a little more. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, dial the back heel down, rise up, warrior one, other side. Good, again, take some time, get into your hips here. Roll the foot of the back leg down so that your outer edge of your foot reaches toward the ground, the arch lifts up. Sink down a little deeper. Exhale, fold in. Here's a different transition. So you inhale this foot back up high. Hinge forward, exhale, lower down, keep the foot lifted. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, lift the foot again. Three-legged dog as you exhale. Set the foot down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, maybe a hop this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend your knees, open up, chair pose. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, maybe a hop back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, to the earth you go. Step back. Maybe the three-legged vinyasa on this side. Exhale, the foot down. Inhale, left leg high. Step it through. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, to the earth you go. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then just keep going just like that for your sun B. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bend your knees. Open up. Chair pose. Exhale. Fold in. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Maybe a little hop back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale. Right leg high. Step it through. Rise it up. Exhale to the earth. Maybe you take your normal chaturanga on this side. Inhale the left leg, step it through, rise it up as you breathe in. Exhale, to the earth you go. Lower down, take a vinyasa. Exhale, send the hips high. And, I'm out of breath. What's great about this is, with the Sun B especially, the ancient yogis that started in the Hindu tradition of kind of writing down the practice of yoga and how it incorporates into our life and our spiritual life, thought of Sun B as the perfect movement. It literally gets in every single part of your body. And it's this great way to start moving energy really, really creatively and really easily through the whole body. And because the movements are so basic, you don't get caught up in the thinking of where do I put my leg? Where do I bring myself forward? So I would encourage you on your first round to take 2 breaths in each pose, just to give your body and your mind this image, this feeling of exactly where it's going. And then as you start to get into your movement, you let it cycle through, you have this muscle memory thing. So just take one breath, one movement at a time, and don't worry about if it's perfect, if your hips are square and you're warrior one. It's just gonna be there, so take your mind out of it and just let your body move and let your body do its thing. So for the meditation, what I'd like you to do is sit however is comfortable for you. So what's best for me is I like to sit, with my knees in front and sitting on my heels. If it's better for you to sit on your bottom and you're like kind of crisscross applesauce, but really your heels are lined up with your pubic bone, if that feels good to you, you can sit here too. If none of that feels good, you can just sit in a chair. It doesn't matter. So first, bring your hands to your knees. And I would encourage you when you're meditating on Shakti to bring your hands face down, because we're working on some inner stuff. We're not necessarily receiving from the outside. Close your eyes and take like 3 or 4 breaths just really easily here. Then once you've quieted your mind and your breath is just moving slowly and easily, bring your hands like 3 inches apart in front of you. Keep your eyes closed. And as you breathe, see if you can feel this energy kind of pulsating in between your hands. If you can't feel it right away, maybe you take your hands and you start to rub them together really fast like this. And then, when they get nice and hot, slowly start to pull them apart. Just a couple inches. And feel that energy, that heat radiating in between your hands. And then every inhale, open your hands up just a little bit. See if you can keep that connection of energy in between your palms. Energy that's flowing in and out between your palms, that's your Shakti. If you start to lose the energy connection, just bring your hands closer together ever so slowly until you feel it again. If you need to rub your hands together and do the heat thing again, totally do. And just feel what it feels like to have this space that we normally would think of as empty in between your palms, and you actually get to notice that there's energy flowing through it. See what that feels like. Let it become real to you. A lot of this stuff can get really like cerebral. You're like, that space, there's not energy in between your 2 hands. Like, that is just silly. But once you start to realize that like what you think of normally isn't necessarily true, then it helps you to be able to harness that more from the inside. So then bring your hands down. Again, palms facing down, resting on your knees. Roll your shoulders up and back and then back down. Open up your chest. Tuck your chin. Again, take 2 big breaths here. And bring your attention to the back side of your body. So just like this one long line going from the crown of your head all the way down your spine to the base of your tailbone. So it's just one tiny little cord running down your back. And then as you breathe, see if you can expand that cord of energy like 2 inches out so that it spreads a little bit towards your ears and then starts to run maybe down the outside edges of your back. Expands to the space in between your shoulder blades and then down. And then keep breathing. Every inhale, try to expand that feeling, that current of energy that's running up and down. See if you can expand that out towards your whole back and just feel like supported by this hand or this gentle column of energy that's not really there, like it's not physically there, but see if you can feel and tap into this feeling of support, like something in your life has your back, literally. And if you're clenching your jaw or you have your tongue up on the roof of your mouth, let it go. Once you've expanded that panel, that column of energy all the way around your whole back, see if it can start wrapping around to the front. So towards your heart, around your arms, around your ribs, around the front of your hips, into your center. And then when the two panels meet right at the center in the front midline of your body, see if you can keep that connection and see if you can imagine that there's two now tiny spiral columns of energy going up through the midline of your front body and then down through the midline of your back body. And just sit with that sensation. And a lot of times it might get stuck, like it might feel like it doesn't want to expand past a certain place in your body. And if that happens for you, just sit there. Just sit there for a couple breaths and see if when you breathe in, you can channel that energy, like just to run in one single line down that one space. So like I'm touching this spot on my right side because that's where it gets stuck for me. And as I breathe in, I just bring all of my awareness to running around that one spot. And then maybe it'll open up for you. If it stays stuck, that's okay. See if you can just keep moving the other side around. And instead of trying to meet at the midline, maybe you try and bring that other side all the way around. And as you're thinking about this, as you're imagining this happening in your body and around your body, think about what colors the energy is. For me, it's like this gold kind of yellow color, and it's really like sparkly and radiant. For you, it might be a different color. It might be a cool blue. It might be more of a warm orange. Just see what it looks like and feels like in your body. So for everyone, it's a little bit different. And then bring your hands right into the center of your sternum, one over the other. And press pretty firmly into the center of your sternum, into your chest. And kind of feel the energy radiating from your palms into the space in between your heart. And say a silent, or maybe it's an audible thank you to your Shakti energy for supporting you through every endeavor of your life. Thank it for showing up today in your asana practice and in this short little meditation. And bring your palms together at the same space. Bow your head. Say a little namaste. And all that is light and good in me honors all that is light and good and healthy and shining in each of you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.